Здравствуйте, Ронни. Меня зовут Юрий Spasokukotskiy.
Hello, Ronnie. My name is Iuriy Spasokukotskiy, and I consider you the biggest and the most massive bodybuilder of all time.
Thank you, sir.
Был когда-нибудь кумир, человек, который
Have you ever had some kind of idol for yourself back then when you were starting to lift weights?
No, I never had the opportunity to like be a student of the sport of bodybuilding. I kind of was like thrust right into it, and from there, my first year into the sport, I was like one of the top 3 guys in the world. And I guess because of my genetics, I had just this amazing ability to be real good in the sport. So I went from just being an amateur one year to being a professional the next year without being able to be a real student of the sport and without learning a whole lot about the sport too. I just was able to attain this basically through hard work, dedication, and some real good genetics.
Many of our viewers know that you came to bodybuilding from powerlifting. And can you give us some numbers, your 1 rep max in bench press and squats, deadlift?
Actually, I don't really recall a lot of the. See, it was when and I started powerlifting in 1979. 80, somewhere in there. And it was from 80 to 82, maybe a period of 2 or 3 years where I got introduced into the sport of powerlifting. I did it real seriously for about maybe 2 or 3 years. My lifts were very small. I remember benching about 250. I was squatting about 450 and deadlifting about 450. And this is when I was 16, 17 years old. And I did it for just 2 or 3 years, and I went straight to college. While I was in college, I had no powerlifting or nothing, just straight football. I was just playing football and going to school to get my degree. And I didn't do any powerlifting or anything. I was just mostly just trying to work out and stay in shape, and I only got a chance to work out maybe 2 or 3 times a week when I was in college. So for 4 years, I didn't do any powerlifting, any bodybuilding, anything. I was just able to work out just to keep in shape, for football, and that was it. So during those times, there was no powerlifting, so I wasn't able to, get any stronger, any bigger, just for powerlifting because I didn't do anything. I only just played football, and I really didn't pick back up till 1989. That's when I got into bodybuilding.
Okay, so let's go back to heavyweights because some competitive bodybuilders and even some trainers, they used to say that form is important. How you perform the exercise.
Yeah.
Slowly, just concentrated. What do you think? Is it possible to build big and quality muscle using these methods of slow motion, concentration, and working with moderate?
Yeah. I've always believed in whatever you do, if you work real hard at it, you stay focused, you're dedicated to it, no matter how light or you lift or whatever, it really doesn't matter. But if you're just trying to be good at something and you work real hard at it, you put a lot of effort towards it, a lot of dedication, and you make the sacrifices that need to be made, then you can become great at it. You can achieve all the goals that you want to achieve.
So basically, you want to say that if something works for you and you are 100% focused on it, then it will work.
As long as you're working hard at it and you're giving it 100%. I think you get maximum benefits from it.
Okay, so the question is going to be about if the trainer is necessary for the champion, because as you know, Rich Piana is one of the most famous video bloggers, not just in US but in the whole world.
Yeah.
So and he said in one of his latest videos that you don't need a trainer. you can do everything without trainer because trainer is necessary only for weak-minded people without the concentration and who cannot push weights and limits without someone standing behind them or maybe
well, yeah, I agree to that to a certain extent. As long as you know exactly what you're doing and you're getting, the benefit that you're trying to achieve and it's working for you and you know whatever you're doing is good for you basically, and you like the results that you're getting from it. And I agree with it. I don't think you really need a trainer, but if you don't know what you're doing, and you want to get the maximum benefit from the effort you're putting forward toward it, then I think you do need a trainer. But for me personally, I never used the trainer. I kind of pushed myself. I worked hard at it, and of course, I knew what I was doing because I'd been around the sport for so long, But I learned in the beginning from people, so I didn't just jump into it and just knew exactly what I was doing. I learned from people, and once I learned from them, I was able to do it myself. But in the beginning, I think everybody needs a trainer. But once you grasp all the information that you need to get, and be successful at something, then no, you don't really need one. But in the beginning, everybody needs one, I believe. But once you got there, I don't think you need it.
Окей, тогда начну с конца переводить.
То есть вот эти 8 раз мистер Олимпия, это все без тренера, да? Я правильно понял?
So every Sando was without the trainer. Just the nutritionist.
Yeah.
So the question is about some kind of so-called tendency, because previous Mr. O's before you, Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they retired without losing the title. They retired and the title was just free.
Tradition.
Yeah.
So what do you think about 2006 Olympia? Was it some kind of political move to make a new champion, or did Cutler progress really that much from 2005 to 2006 to really beat you on stage?
No, I don't really think so. I think it's more of a political move than anything. But like I said earlier, sports getting a little tedious. I'd been in there and I'd won for like 8 in a row, and it got to the point where everybody just showed up and knew I was gonna win. It got kind of tedious, and so they said time to make a change. And so what greater time than now? I've won 8. I broke the record and everything and tied the record. So I didn't have a problem with it. I was okay. I'm all good for what's good for the sport, basically.
Okay, so the question is about, of course, this part of your body, about big quads. Were your quads bigger than Tom Platz's?
Oh no.
No? Smaller?
A lot smaller.
A lot smaller. No way.
Almost.
I was trying to get them there, but I did the best I could with what I had.
Okay, so the question is about the motivational part of pre-contest. Because some athletes, they tend to lose their energy, they become depressive. Oh, maybe I should not do this.
Hunger.
They are depleted mentally and physically. So what piece of advice can you give to athletes who are going to compete and to prepare for the competition? How to stay motivated during this hard period?
How I stayed motivated was I always was thinking about the outcome of the end product. I was always thinking about how I looked when I got up on stage. So I kept myself motivated by wanting to look a certain way. And I knew that I had to do, this depletion thing. I know I had to stay depleted for a certain amount of time, but I knew in the end that it was the finished product is what I was striving for. So I kept my motivation up by envisioning how I was going to look the day of the show.
Большое спасибо. Можно фото? One фото and finish, окей?
Okay.
Спасибо. Можешь сфотографировать? Жена.
Snap, snap, back, sway.